Hey, what's going on? This is your boy B. I'm here with my girl Toia Cuts, and this is the beard trimming series. And on this episode, Toya is going to break down the technique of how to trim your beard the right way. Now, before we get into that, make sure you guys click the subscription and hit that notification bell so you don't miss an episode. All right, with that said, let's get right into it. So, Toya, take us away.
First thing first is knowing the beard's diagram, right? Okay, so I'm going to use you as an example, and I'm going to turn you around so that they can see. As you can see his beard, this would be considered the outer perimeter of the beard, and this would be considered the inner. Now, this is the beard itself, okay? What you would be trimming would be within the beard. Now, what you would line up is the outer and the inner perimeter. You know, this is outside of the beard. All of this is within the eyes, the nose, and all of that good stuff. Within the face. Okay. So, from here, when you are trimming the beard, if I had a comb, we would use a comb, but normally you would take a section, take your shears, trim it off, okay?
Now, why are you sectioning it off?
Now you're going to section the beard off because that's going to be your guide. So what this is called is a traveling guide. Now, from here I would take another section, take a piece of the first section. So that's your guide. So whatever's over the guide, which you've already cut, that shows, oh, that's what's left to be cut.
And you're using your fingers as the guide?
Yes. Okay. So I'm using my fingers to hold the hair, hold the guide. And then from when I choose another section, you just want your fingers to be like your measurement. So say his beard was grown out to here. I would pull it all the way out to how it's grown and leave just enough for the ends. From the ends, that's when you trim it. So we only want to trim the ends. That's it. These little straggly hairs.
Awesome, awesome. And so that's the technique in terms of trimming the beard for health, right?
Yes.
Okay. Also, let's say someone who has a mustache. What would be your technique in as far as trimming that?
I would just pretty much line it, like trim pretty much like this, like so. Because we're not going to go in and take it that way because it's already folded under. So the layers are all going in one direction. The difference from the beard is the hair is growing in several directions. And so that's why you really need to dig deep inside of there, comb it out, make sure you got a nice comb grip on that beard, and just from there.
You know, I know that you were sharing off camera that you had learned this technique from
I've learned this technique from Vidal Sassoon. Also, I was trained by someone for about 6 years, and they were trained through Pivot Point. I learned that technique from them as well. Standing T to the part, those different things that helps with, you know, me knowing my shear game. So
now for some guys who are like, hey, you know what, I'm at home, I don't, you know, I'm not going to the barber. Could someone at home, could they do that as well? You can, but my advice is to make sure you are very careful. The reason being is because I have so much training and because I'm standing over this person, it's a lot easier. It's a little different when you're in the mirror trying to, you know, especially dependent on your length of hair. Because the angles,
yeah, your angles,
that you can
how
see.
Big your fingers are. I have pretty small fingers. There's different things that account for that, you know. And so with that being said, you just want to be very cautious. It's not that you can't. It's just that take your time. I'll trim my own hair sometimes, and it may not be like when I go to the stylist, but I can get a decent trim to keep my hair healthy. And with that, it is a little harder in the mirror, but I take my time. So the key is don't do it when you have somewhere to go.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Maybe you want on a Sunday when you're just chilling in the house and it's your beard wash day.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Now, speaking of that, now should they trim before washing their beard or after washing their beard? And also, should they have products in their beard when they trim?
Okay, so that question is a little tricky. So it depends on how your beard feels. So if you've been putting products in your beard all week and it's time for a shampoo, you know, you might want to shampoo your beard with the beard wash. And that is going to be helpful with making sure that like that dampness helps to pull out and give you a more precise cut. Because it's a more precise cut, you want to kind of, with curly hair, you're going to, when you're pulling it out and you're stretching it, don't just pull the skin. Okay, you're going to pull it out, but then you're going to kind of loosen it a little bit because it is curly, and when it's wet, you get a more precise cut. And with textured hair, with precise cuts, it may make it look shorter. So you have to make sure that you have that logic behind it. Now, you can wait till the beard is dry, which will give you a little bit more give, and you don't have to worry about too much that precise cut situation. And that's going to be helpful too, but you got to make sure you put some leave-in on it after you shampoo it. Put the leave-in on it, or you can do it before your shampoo if you don't have a lot of product on your beard, and then shampoo the hair, which will be nice because you'll get all that excess hair that you trimmed off of the beard.
So that's the benefit of doing it right before mm-hmm. is that you'll get to remove the excess amount of hair. But if you do it afterwards,
you get a more cleaner cut. The hair just falls off like it just falls off like as if you cutting a piece of paper and it falls off. But when you do it with like even just a little bit of product, I'm not saying like when you shampoo and you put the leave-in on there, that's a little different. But when you have the balms on there and the serum and the oils, that makes the hair sticky and it sticks to your fingers. And so that doesn't allow the hair to just fall off like as if it was clean. Try it. Butter. Yes, try it. It's amazing when you have clean hair and you trim it versus having, you know, your regular, for lack of a better word, dirty hair.
Okay.
You know?
Awesome. Also, I want to add to that is that if you have oils and balms, like your hands would be slipping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It can be slipping. Yeah. And it gets sticky. Like the hair will just stick on your hands. So now you're trying to figure out if you're cutting hair that was already cut,
hair that's sticky,
or new hair.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Okay. Awesome. Well, we got a boatload of information and knowledge that we can now use, right? This is great. No one has ever broken this down in terms for beards, so we definitely appreciate that. If you guys appreciate that like I do, leave the comments down at the bottom. Show Toia some love. You know, yes. Her information, her Instagram, if you want to make an appointment with her, of course, it will be down at the bottom. Make sure you guys hit that subscription and the notification bell if you have not. Again, this is your boy B. I'm with none other, Toia Cuts, and this is our series on beard trimming. As always, we out.